This is coming.
Hello everyone, Joshua Myers here, and today I'm going to be reviewing yet another horror movie, and that is The Turning from 2020.
Have you ever been a nanny? The children are very special.
Bad dreams?
The Turning, rated PG-13.
The Turning stars Mackenzie Davis, Finn Wolfhard, Brooklyn Prince, Barbara Martine, and is directed by Flora. I am so going to butcher her last name, so I'm just going to put her full name right here because I have no idea how to pronounce her last name. The plot of The Turning is at a mysterious estate in the Maine countryside. A newly appointed nanny is charged with the care of two disturbed orphans. She quickly discovers that both the children and the house are harboring dark secrets, and things may not be as they appear. Now, before I get into the rest of this review, I would like to say this was one of those movies I missed out last year. I have not heard good things about it whatsoever, and after watching this, I am kind of wishing I did miss out on this movie. You'll see what I mean when I get into my review. And also on a quick side note, since you know I think it's probably going to be a bad movie, I will say this. I did not end up watching the full thing, actually. I literally just started watching it today, about 45 minutes ago, and that's where I stopped. I stopped at the 45-minute mark. I couldn't watch it anymore. And we'll talk about that in my negatives. But yeah, I do overall have some thoughts. I only have like one or two positives with this movie, so let's get right into them. The big positive I have, honestly, is I like the actors. And I know they could do a good job. Like, again, Mackenzie Davis, she was in Terminator Dark Fate, which is the only other film I've seen her in. And Finn Wolfhard, who was Richie in the It remakes, like young Richie. And I really liked him in those movies. So I like the actors they picked. But in terms of what they did with these actors and their characters and that's a whole nother thing, which we'll get into my negatives. And the only other positive I have maybe will be... I think that's the only other positive, really, because I cannot think of another positive with this movie. Yeah, only one positive. It's not even a really good positive or anything like that, so let's just move on to my negatives. One of my biggest negatives, and something I started to notice when I first turned on the movie, first of all, was this film moves by at such a fast pace, you can't even process stuff. Like, seriously, like, no joke, even when the opening titles pop up, it's almost like they fast forward the movie. And that was a little bit off-putting to me, and not in a good way, like, not in a way I think it was intended to be. I started to notice problems right away, and as the film kept on going on, I started to notice more and more problems. Some of them even just pissed me off so much, which I'll get into later. The next negative I've noticed, was cinematography isn't great. Now, there's some shots where it's passable, but then there's most of the time, for example, the first 5 or 10 minutes, literally, the film looks ugly. No joke, it's almost as if whoever was doing the color correction of this film literally went in and pissed on the film reel. That's what it looked like to me. It looked like, because they used a kind of yellow coloration, it just looked like pissed yellow. That's what it looked like. And it was ugly to look at. And knowing that too, this is the same issue I had with the 2014 Godzilla remake. When it's dark, you can't see a damn thing. Seriously, even my TV in my bedroom here, which is not as good as my LG TV in my man cave, had a difficult time correcting it. I had a difficult time processing how much level of darkness was. I wish I could have showed you, recorded off of my TV to show you what I was talking about, but yeah, it had a difficult time doing so. Another issue I have too is the characters. I don't have much of a problem with the actors, except for maybe the fact that their acting is not the best in this movie, but I do have more so a problem with the characters. First of all, Mackenzie Davis's character. She is so bland and generic, actually, and you don't really know much about her, actually. Even though, and this is another negative, they spew so much exposition at you. And I think the reason you don't even know much about these characters is that they spew so much exposition at such a fast pace your mind can't even mentally process it. At least mine wasn't able to. So, I don't really know much about this character. I don't know much about the other characters, like Finn Wolfhard's character and everything like that. I really don't know much about these characters. And on that too, there's a lot of times, especially with Finn Wolfhard's character, they almost seem like they want you to hate these characters. Now, here's the thing. I think with Finn Wolfhard's character, because he comes off as a complete fucking psychopath in this movie, no humanity whatsoever, really. Honestly, like, they tried to make it come off as, oh, something weird is going on with this kid and stuff like that, but no. That's not how it came across to me. If anything, they made him into a total douche-lord. And you do not do that with Finn Wolfhard. You do not know how to use your Finn Wolfhard right. Because to me, Finn Wolfhard, I think, works better as, you know, like a quirky kid, like he has been, you know, like in Stranger Things, which I have not seen Stranger Things, by the way. I'll probably watch that at some point to get the bad taste of this movie out of my mouth. Like, at some point. It's on Netflix, and I have Netflix, so might as well watch it. If I do watch it, I might do a review of the show. If you guys want to see a review of Stranger Things on this channel, let me know in the comments down below. Also, he was like that in the It movies. Like, I liked his personality and everything in the It movies. In fact, to be honest, a lot of people, honestly, like, a lot of my friends who love the It movies and that, could honestly see me as, you know, like, if I was a character from the books or the movies and that I'd be Richie, actually. They could totally see me as Richie. So, yeah, so I really do like Finn Wolfhard, and, whew, there were so many times, like, I just wanted to, like, just... Oh, man. They make you hate Finn Wolfhard in this movie. It's a shame, too, because it's like they try to show that, like, some humanity in him and that, maybe some likability, but they do it wrong. And I can't even describe it, really. It's just, like... This is another one of those characters I feel like no redeemable qualities whatsoever, and he's a kid. For me, I would have preferred if there was at least some redeemable qualities with this character. Especially from an actor like Finn Wolfhard. And also, a bit of warning for you guys. If any of you guys out there cannot tolerate violence towards animals on films, even though it's fake, there's that in this movie. Which I didn't saw coming. Yeah, and it wasn't a way that was shocking or anything. It just pissed me off. And here's the thing. I normally don't have a problem with this. I mean, the original Halloween, Michael Myers killed a dog. And I wasn't upset or anything by that. So that's very weird that this film could make me feel that. Not only that, too, another negative I have is that the music is so generic. Like, seriously, I don't remember a single bit of the music. Not only is it generic, it's really boring like most of the film is at times. Like, seriously, before Finn Wolfhard's character popped on screen, and even at times, because, like, to be honest, for me, the music doesn't come off as scary. It comes off as actually rather soothing. Like, no joke, there were some times I was actually about to pass out while watching this movie. Like, no joke, if I had the soundtrack to The Turning playing, I could probably fall asleep to it. That's how soothing it sounds. And that is not the reception I think they wanted out of this music from people. They wanted it to be kind of creepy, atmospheric, but no, it sounds soothing to me. Like, no joke, I could jump in my bed, turn on the music of The Turning, and probably fall asleep to it. Knowing that too, another negative I have is jump scares. Like, no joke, this is just as bad as the remake of Nightmare on Elm Street with the jumps, which I'll get to that motherfucker at some point. In fact, you could rename this movie, instead of it being The Turning, have it be renamed The Jump Scare. That's what this movie is. It's nothing but jump scares, like, with a loud sound, with no tension whatsoever. And on that too, just like the Nightmare on Elm Street remake, it happens so often. Like, there's no pause in between the jump scares sometimes. Like, no joke, in one moment there was a jump scare, the first jump scare of the movie, and then like a few, like, let's say a minute later, there was yet another jump scare. And since I haven't seen the rest of the movie, I can't give you, like, what I thought the ending or anything like that. But from what I've heard from other people, there is no ending. It just stops. I believe them, honestly. I believe them with how this film was, like, made and everything. So yeah, I feel like I don't even need to watch the rest of this. And knowing that too, I, quite frankly, don't want to watch the rest of this movie. So with that said, I'm going to give The Turning a 1 out of 5 stars. And that 1 out of 5 stars is being generous. Mostly because, again, I like the actors and other stuff. I think they could have done a good job here. It's just poor direction and poor writing. Outside of that, this is a shit fest of a movie. I really did not like it. And knowing that too, this film made me legit angry. Seriously, I am legit pissed off here. I'm not pulling on an act, nothing like that. I'm legit pissed off. And honestly, in my opinion, The Turning could go fuck itself. So that's it for this review. Thank you guys for watching. And again, this movie could go fuck itself.